back when life ha. Longing to recapture lost innocence, I yearn for a simpler time, untouched by the complexities of adulthood. I long to relive the carefree days of adolescence, when every day felt full of promise and every challenge was an exciting opportunity for growth. I wish I could wake up one morning to find myself back in the midst of my school years, when the weight of the world wasn't crushing me with each passing day. When the most pressing concerns were whether I'd get an A on a test or finish a project on time, not whether I'd find meaning or happiness in a seemingly meaningless life. The reality of being an adult weighs heavily on me. The endless struggle to find joy in a world that seems to offer little, the crushing grip of depression that threatens to consume me whole. I ache to recapture the happiness I once knew, to rediscover the enthusiasm and wonder that defined my youth. This piece is an expression of the nostalgia and disillusionment often felt by young adults. It highlights the struggle to find purpose and meaning in life, and the longing for a simpler, more carefree time. This piece has been rewritten to maintain its original message while using different wording and phrasing. The core emotions and sentiments remain the same. I miss the pandemic. I know this is terrible to say. I know it was an awful time for billions of people, but I miss it. It was the happiest time of my life recently. I miss seeing my family every day. I miss hanging out with my brother every day. I miss being able to stay home. A bittersweet nostalgia, it's difficult to admit, but I'm confessing it anyway. I miss the pandemic. I know it was a trying and difficult period for countless individuals worldwide, and it's hard to believe I'm saying this, but it's the truth. That period was, without a doubt, the most carefree time in my life in recent years. I miss the comfort of daily family gatherings. I cherish the memories of spending quality time with my brother each day. The idea of staying indoors, free from the hustle and bustle of the outside world, was incredibly appealing. During that time, every day felt like a welcome respite. I didn't tire of the experience. On the contrary, I genuinely cherished it. The opportunity to be with my loved ones daily and work from home, while attending university online, brought me a sense of contentment that's hard to find in today's fast-paced world. The original post sparked a mix of responses, ranging from shock and disappointment to a sense of understanding. Some readers empathized with the writer's sentiments, acknowledging that even difficult times can evoke a sense of comfort and nostalgia. This sentiment isn't unique to the author. Many people have expressed similar feelings about TX. Can you surrender a special needs, Down syndrome, infant? Asking for someone who is too scared to ask. The person in question is expecting a baby who, they recently found out, has Down syndrome. Abortion is not an option because Texas. However, this person is not able. Concerns about an unplanned pregnancy in Texas. Someone is reaching out in desperation, unsure how to proceed with an impending pregnancy. They've recently received a prenatal diagnosis indicating that their baby has Down syndrome. Unfortunately, abortion is not a viable option for them due to Texas state laws. However, the expecting parent is struggling with the thought of caring for a child with special needs. They're looking for guidance on how to surrender their baby to a trusted authority figure, with a fire station being their initial thought. We're seeking information on whether it's possible to safely surrender a child with special needs to a fire station in Texas. Would authorities track down the person to reclaim the baby, or can the surrender process be anonymous? Is it feasible for someone to surrender a baby with Down syndrome without facing severe consequences? I got a job at Dunkin' Donuts, NJ. And they're giving me 8 hours a day, but without pay since I'm training. With all the same responsibilities as the other employees. Is this exploitation? I have to restock supplies, clean the whole establishment and all the equipment, I've landed a position at a Dunkin' Donuts location in New Jersey, where I'm being tasked with putting in 8 hours a day as a trainee. The catch is that I won't receive any compensation, despite taking on all the same duties as my paid colleagues. My responsibilities include replenishing inventory, sanitizing the entire store, equipment, and facilities, engaging with customers, and preparing and serving orders. Given the high volume of customers at this location, I'm barely getting any break time at all. Apparently, the duration of my training period can range from 1 to 3 weeks, depending on how soon the manager deems me proficient. Is this a fair arrangement, or does it border on exploitation? Shouldn't I be earning some kind of compensation for my time and effort, especially considering the heavy workload I'm being tasked with? The Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, in the United States has some provisions that might be relevant to this situation. According to the FLSA, trainees may be exempt from minimum wage and overtime requirements if they are not entitled to wages. However, it's essential to note that trainees must still be paid for all hours worked in non-exempt positions. Update. In some states, like New, I'm fat and I'm not brave. Stop acting like it is. I was 125 kilograms and have been for pretty much all my life. Being fat is horrible and the last thing people should do is encourage it. I am not saying you should insult fat people but simply give advice and push them to become a Betty. I've lived with a heavy weight, hovering around 125 kg for a long time. Being overweight is a difficult reality that no one should romanticize. It's essential to provide guidance and encouragement rather than glorifying it. I'm not suggesting we should belittle or mock those who struggle with their weight. Rather, we should support and push them towards becoming a healthier version of themselves. For the past 5 months, I've made a conscious effort to exercise regularly. The results have been remarkable. A 27 kilograms weight loss has brought me unbridled joy. To my fellow individuals struggling with excess weight, I urge you to take the first step and make a commitment to daily exercise. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. TLDR. Lived with excess weight for a long time, encourage healthy lifestyle, not glorify being overweight. Lost 27 kilograms through regular exercise. Urge others to start exercising daily. Update. This rewritten text maintains the same message and core idea as the original while using different wording and phrasing. AITA for not taking the pills. My wife handed me my 24M, wife, 22F. Just randomly, out of nowhere, handed 2 strange-looking pills. When I asked her, "What is this?" she just said take them and refused to answer my questions. I am not sick nor do I take pills ever, and she. Should I be the asshole for questioning my wife about mysterious pills? My 24M, wife, 22F, unexpectedly handed me 2 unmarked pills after I expressed curiosity, stating only that I should take them. I find it unusual since I'm not prone to taking medication and have never taken pills before. When I asked her for an explanation, she became defensive and implied that I wasn't trusting her. However, her behavior seemed suspicious to me and I voiced my concerns. Should I blindly trust her and take the pills or seek more information about their purpose? For context, the pills lack any discernible branding or identification, making it difficult for me to determine their origin or intended use. Walked in on my niece. My nieces, 14F, their triplets, were evacuated and have been staying with us, Uncle 51M. One of them was having a bath and she didn't lock the door and I walked in on her. I had to pee. She covered herself quickly and I didn't see anything. But I think I inadvertently walked into my niece's bathroom. My triplet nieces, all 14-year-old girls, were temporarily residing with me due to an evacuation. I needed to use the restroom, and in my haste, I didn't realize the bathroom door was unlocked. Upon entering, I caught a glimpse of one of them in her bath, prompting her to swiftly cover herself. Fortunately, I didn't see anything compromising, but I sensed that my niece felt embarrassed. The situation left me feeling regretful and anxious that I might have inadvertently crossed a boundary. My niece then retired to her bed, and I chose not to discuss the incident with her, fearing it might exacerbate the situation. I'm concerned that my actions could be misinterpreted, casting a negative light on my character. Her mother found the situation amusing, but I'm left with a sense of unease, feeling as though I've inadvertently earned the label of creepy uncle. Today I closed the door in the face of a girl who made my life hell for 3 years, and it felt great. This girl physically bullied and manipulated me for 3 years in elementary, middle school, and I saw her at my high school today. She was a couple feet behind me while we were bought. A sense of liberation washed over me as I shut the door on a girl who had tormented me for 3 years of my elementary and middle school years. Today, at my high school, I spotted her lagging behind me, about a couple of feet away, as we headed towards the same destination. I swiftly slipped through the door before it closed, then made sure it was securely shut behind me. I discreetly watched from a distance as she put down her belongings to try and open the door. The petty act brought me a subtle sense of satisfaction. Edit. Thanks for the award, kind Redditor. Does anyone's narcissistic parents pick at you until you lose your sh*t, and when you finally yell at them, they get all calm and mock you? My covert narcissistic mother loves to do this. She'll bait you into an argument and you'll stay calm for a while but she'll. It's a common phenomenon to encounter individuals who engage in emotional manipulation, exploiting their loved one's vulnerabilities to elicit a reaction. My own mother, who possesses a covert narcissistic personality, often employs this tactic. She skillfully provokes a debate, allowing you to maintain your composure for a considerable period. However, her persistence wears down your defenses, until finally, you succumb to anger and frustration. Upon witnessing your emotional breakdown, she adopts a seemingly innocent expression and responds with a disarming remark, such as, "Look how irate you're becoming," or, "Why are you yelling at me?" This calculated response further emphasizes her emotional superiority, leaving me feeling disheartened. TLDR: covert narcissistic mothers can be particularly challenging to deal with, using their cunning and guile to provoke emotional outbursts and then use the situation to reinforce their own self-image. This behavior is a hallmark of narcissistic personality disorder, a condition characterized by a profound sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and a tendency to exploit others for personal gain. The consequences of this kind of emotional manipulation can be far-reaching and devastating, leading to feelings of shame, anxiety, and depression in those who are subjected to it. I just broke my boyfriend's heart. Yeah. I have been pushing down the fact that I'm a lesbian for years. I wanted to like men. But I can't. I enjoy the attention and love that they give me, but at the end of the day I want to see a woman in my bed. I told my boyfriend this, and the weight of unspoken truths. I've been living a life that wasn't truly mine for far too long. I've been trying to fit into a mold that I thought was expected of me, but deep down, I've known my heart belonged elsewhere. The desire to be with a man has been a persistent thought, but it's not something that truly resonates within me. I found solace in the attention and affection that men have offered, but it's always been a facade. At the end of each day, I've yearned for something more authentic. I've longed for the connection and intimacy that comes with being with someone of the same sex. It wasn't easy to confess my true feelings to my boyfriend, but I knew I had to be honest with myself and with him. I broke things off, and although he says he's heartbroken, I sense a glimmer of understanding. I wish I could say that I wanted to be with a man because I genuinely desired a male partner, but the truth is, I've always felt like it's easier to fit into that societal norm. However, the heart wants what it wants, and mine has always been drawn to someone of the same sex. TLDR. I did it. I'm going to college for free. It's just me, I don't really have anyone to tell, so here it is. I got the call today that they want me as a presidential scholar. That means full tuition, fees, and even books are paid for. I'm in a puddle of tears. This is all. Today's a day I'll never forget. I'm finally going to college without financial stress. To be honest, I'm not surrounded by people to share this news with, so I'm sharing it here. I just got the call that I've been accepted as a presidential scholar, and it's a dream come true. This prestigious scholarship covers not only my tuition, but also fees and the cost of my textbooks, giving me the opportunity to focus on my education. I'm overwhelmed by the kindness and encouragement I've received from this community, and it truly means the world to me. I was worried that no one would see this post, but instead I've been met with words of wisdom and congratulations. Thank you for celebrating with me and offering your advice, it's truly appreciated. I've been asked to share a little more about my experience, so I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. TLDR. I've been accepted as a presidential scholar, and I'll be attending college tuition free. My junior high school bully is dead. I was greeted this morning with news that the guy who betrayed me and bullied me to the brink of suicide, the guy who forced me to change schools, and the guy who then regularly egged and TP'd my house for having the temerity to change school. A blast from the past. A bullied boyhood comes full circle this morning. I awoke to the news that a figure from my troubled past had met an untimely demise. The person responsible for tormenting me, pushing me to the edge of despair, and forcing me to relocate to a different school has left this world. The memories of those tumultuous days still linger, but they are now 30 years in the past. I've since grown into a middle-aged man with a family of my own, yet my social media feed is flooded with nostalgic tributes to the individual who once held such a dark influence over my life. As I navigate the mixed emotions that have surfaced, I'm drawn to the hope of rising above the pain and negativity of my youth. I aspire to be a more refined and compassionate person, But the reality is that my first reaction is a primal and unapologetic one. Relief that this chapter of my life has finally come to a close. The complex emotions swirling within me are a testament to the lasting impact of those formative years. Edit. I'd like to note that while I've shared the personal story of my experiences with bullying, I encourage readers to share their own stories and support one another in their healing journeys. California. Working interview. No pay, 6 hours of labor and not hired. My girlfriend recently had a working interview, where she worked as a host and bussed tables for 6 hours under the guise that she would be hired if she did well. Fast forward a couple of weeks, she was never. California employer exploits job applicants with misleading working interview schemes. A disturbing trend has been uncovered in California, where job applicants are being lured into unpaid working interviews with the promise of employment, only to be left without a job offer and significant labor hours unremunerated. My girlfriend recently fell victim to this practice when she was asked to work as a host and bus tables for 6 hours under the